Nope.
Hi, y'all. Welcome back to None Given, a podcast where we have no fucks to give. So we just talk about it how it is. And yeah, that's what it is. I'm Mika. Sean, as always, is with me.
What's up, guys?
And we got a special guest today.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Victoria Lashay. How are you? Victoria is an influencer, YouTuber. What would you categorize yourself as?
I'm a lot of things, I feel like. I'm a Renaissance woman. I am a social media influencer. I focus on fashion, lifestyle, and beauty. I'm mostly in the plus size fashion though, so that's like my thing. But yeah,
Cool.
influencer.
Cool. And how long have you been doing it? I feel like you've been doing it for a while.
2012. 2012.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah,
It
for
is.
influencing, for like 8 years, that's a long time.
Yeah, it is. It didn't seem like it, but yeah, 2012 is when I started.
Yeah.
So you've been in the game a long time.
Yeah.
A long time.
You must have some good stories.
I hope you
Yes.
have some stories. I hope you
Yes, I do.
Okay, so let's go ahead, I guess, really and get into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said you were mainly in plus size fashion, lifestyle, beauty content.
Mm-hmm.
How did you start? What made you want to even be an influencer?
Well, in 2012, I was kind of going through a rough patch in my life and I needed an outlet. And I used to watch I can't even remember their names. It's been so long. I used to watch other plus size girls. I'm like, hey, I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm pretty, I felt like at the time like a fashion sense to myself, but it wasn't that good back then. And I just, like I said, I needed an outlet. So that's why I started. I just got on, I used my laptop, like my jinky laptop, the webcam. And I literally just was like, I had like it sitting on a table and I would just, do my little outfit of the days. We don't do that no more on YouTube, but I used to, do stuff like that. And I don't know, I just loved it. I've loved it ever since I started. Even before I started, I loved it. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that's good. What was I about to say? So you've been doing it for 12 years and you started on your laptop.
On my laptop. And I still have the laptop, but it's so old and
Yeah.
janky. Like the webcam was terrible. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like my first YouTube video was on a webcam too. I think that's how everybody probably starts off in the beginning.
Definitely.
You have to until you actually have some money to do anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because cameras are expensive.
Yeah.
This is one thing I do know, but so you see, like, you started because you saw other people doing it.
Yeah.
Like can you remember like who they were, like who back in the day were your influencers, like, and have they gone on to be quite big names now, or have they come away?
I'm trying to think. It's been so many years and I don't remember none of their names, and their names have changed over the years.
Right.
But if I can remember, I did run into somebody I used to follow back in the day, and they didn't really do nothing with YouTube. A lot of the OG people that I knew, I don't see them anymore. Like,
Yeah.
they're like gone. So, yeah.
So you're like YouTube specific. You don't like, it's not as much like other platforms with you. It's mainly YouTube is the bread and butter.
Well, I do YouTube and Instagram. So, but I just got into Instagram like a couple years ago. I didn't really know anything about Instagram. I'm still learning about Instagram, but YouTube has always been my number one. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you started, you were obviously, well, I don't know if it's obviously, but were you getting things out of your own pocket? Were you starting to work with brands? How did that work? How did that? Oops.
Yeah. Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
How did you get to start working with brands? How did that work?
I'm trying to think. When I first started, I just used what I had, honestly, like clothes that I already had in my closet. I would piece stuff together. I did start doing makeup looks, so that was kind of like how I started, but it did, venture off into like outfit of the days and things like that. But yeah, I used what I had, and I used to go to the Goodwill and buy stuff. Any type of cheap clothing store, I was there. But as far as working for brands, I think the first brand that ever worked with me was from FameBit, and it was like a hair tutorial or something like that. I had to like wash a wig or something. So it was like something I wasn't even doing on my channel, but I was like, oh my God, I have a sponsorship. I'm going to do it. So that was my very first one. And it's still on my channel, so nobody go back and look. I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, that was the first one I did.
So you said you got it through FameBit. FameBit is like, I don't even know if it's FameBit anymore. I think they changed their name.
Yeah, they changed. Actually, the name is the same, but they're not doing it to where everybody can go on and like get sponsorships and stuff. They like, I'm even kicked out because there was like something you had to do and like sign, and I didn't do it. So they're like really, you know, and I think FameBit is a part of YouTube.
I did see that they were like changing how they worked. For people who don't know, FameBit is a way to get sponsorships depending on how many subscribers or followers you have, even for Instagram. I don't know, Facebook, maybe Pinterest, stuff like that. Yeah. It's actually a really good tool, but now that they're not using people anymore, I think you have to go through a company. You can't just do it on your own.
They changed to like being more of an agency rather than just like an app now, right?
Okay. Do you think that it's harder being a plus size influencer to work with brands?
I feel like I have a limit on who I can work with, and that could be very frustrating because not everybody carries plus size, you know, and I feel like in the plus size industry, I don't want to like come off offensive or nothing, but it's like we're starting to come up, you know what I'm saying? Like we wasn't like the it girls for the longest time. We're fighting our way through everything. So yeah, I feel like I do have a limit on who I can work with. Like I said, it's very frustrating, but I mean, usually, there's only so many companies I can work with. So once I do those companies, it's like, now what? What do I do now? You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Do you think that, well, I know you said it's not easier now, but once you find a company you work with, you can build a really good relationship, which is such a good thing when you're working with companies, because the better the relationship, the more sponsorships you get, the more money you get.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, sorry. Do you have any like tips for people who, I guess, want to reach out to brands or be an influencer of Instagram, YouTube, anything?
I would say be consistent. Consistency is key. I always say that. And really know what you want to do. A lot of people say niche down, but I honestly feel like do what you love. Like, honestly, that's going to keep you going for the long haul. Be yourself right off the jump. Like, don't be trying to fake and be something you're not, because it's not going to work out for you. But yeah, the main thing is just do what you love. Start off doing what you love, what you're passionate about. Like, that is so important because that's going to keep you going. There's most days I don't even feel like doing it, but I know if I don't do it, then I'm going to feel like I'm not going to feel good. You know what I'm saying? So it keeps me going, the passion for it. You know, really just, whatever reason you're doing it for too, don't let nobody tell you that it's not a good enough reason. If you're doing it for the money, do it for the money. If you're doing it because you really love it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just how I feel, A lot of people like to say, oh, don't do it because, like, no, do it whatever reason. It don't matter. Whatever you want to do, you do it. Because at the end of the day, it's just about you and your dreams and whatever, So that is my main tips.
I work with I work for a brand, and we use influencers for our content online, right? And it's not fashion or anything like that. It's more like home decor and things like that. And the amount of influencers I work with, and they just say, "Oh, I just do it for the love." No, shut the fuck up. You're doing it for free shit and getting paid. Like, I wish people would just be honest about it. Do you know what I mean? And just say, look, I'm doing this because people seem to like me online, which is cool, and I can get paid to do it.
Yeah.
Just be honest about it. It is what it is. It's a job. You know what I mean? I wish people would just be more honest with it and say, look, I'm doing it to get paid.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's okay. I feel like you can still love your job. Like, people just think you have to like be miserable while you're making money. You don't have to do that. What's the point of being an influencer? It's freedom. It's peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? For me personally, I don't want to go clock in, to a 9-to-5 job. I love what I do. Not to say that it doesn't get hard or I don't get frustrated, but it's my job and I love it and I get to make an income and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
100%. I feel like a lot of bigger YouTubers or Instagrammers will always say, make sure it's your passion. If you're doing it for the money, don't do it because you're not going to get anywhere. Well,
I mean, that's fine to say when you're big and you've got 1 million subscribers and you're getting paid 10 grand a month to do it, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's easy to talk when you're at the top.
Because I bet those bigger influencers wouldn't be doing half the things that they do if they wasn't getting a check. I'm just gonna be honest, because the things that I have to do, I'm like, I best be getting some money. Okay, even though I'm like, I best be getting something because this is a lot of work. It is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. What's like your normal day like? What do you film the same day? Do you take pictures?
So basically how I do it, I have certain days of the week where I do certain things. I try to stay on a schedule, but sometimes when you're working for yourself, you get a little lazy. But yeah, if I'm filming, I don't take pictures. Like I might a little bit here and there, but like Mondays is like, for instance, my filming days. So I'll film one video. I used to bulk film, but I don't really do that no more because I feel like it just took so much out of me. So like I'll film one day, take pictures the next. Maybe the next day I'll, have like a chill day where I'm answering emails and reaching out to brands and things like that. So each day is something different. I try to, space it out. And for me personally, I don't like routines. I hate routines. So it's easier for me to switch it up, that way I don't feel like everything's getting redundant and I'm just like, oh my God, I don't want to do this anymore. So yeah. Right. So that's pretty much how I get up. And my son goes to school certain days too. So it's easier for me when he's not here. I'll get up, shower, eat, do my makeup, then I look at my schedule and I go about my day. So I try to keep it simple.
I guess you just said that you have a son. So being an influencer fits around that like really nicely. So it gives you the freedom to be able to, like you said, you might spend one day filming and one day doing that, but you might have to pick your son up at one time, and it's okay because you can just work a bit later on, or you can work in the morning when he's at school and stuff like that. So I think it's important to look at like influencing and you said like the phrase niche down, but people need to start looking at it as a job and taking it seriously if they want it to be their income, because I do feel like there's a lot of people that really want it to be their income but don't realize that it is a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just as simple as like emailing a company going, hey, did you say you want to collab? And then they send you 10 grand and some free shit. That's not how it works.
Not at all. Not at all.
I mean, I wish it was. I'd be a fucking influencer if that's how it works. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's important for people to realize that the shit's rough out there. And I bet you go through some craziness for some businesses as well.
What's the craziest thing that a company has, I guess, ever asked you to do, or maybe they didn't set you up with the right brand or deal? You don't have to say the company name or anything like that.
Yeah,
but what?
You are bad. Sean is bad. Oh my goodness. So, I feel like I've been kind of lucky and blessed in my area because only thing that companies really do that kind of pissed me off is lowball me when it comes to the pricing and stuff. But nobody has ever asked me to lie about a product. Let me think. Nobody. No.
What?
They'll probably send over some talking points, but they're like, do it in your own words. You know what I'm saying? But be honest. Like, we want honesty. I've never had nobody just be like blatantly, give me a good review. And that's nobody.
Lucky. You're lucky.
Okay. I might bleep this out, but have you not worked with because
I've actually tried to work with them, but they never want to work with me. So it is what it is.
They was asking me to say all kinds of stuff, and I didn't say it, and they asked me to take the video down.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well,
wow.
I'm glad I didn't work with them then.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember having like holes and stuff in it, and I'm like,
oh no,
I can't. And I showed it in the video because it just was what it was. But they were like, oh no, you take that down, we'll send you 4 more items or something like that. And I'm like, well, if this is what I got the first time, if somebody else orders this, they need to know because I'm promoting it. Then they're gonna come back to me and I don't know, say you gave me this stuff and it's broken. And they don't realize that when you're the influencer, you're not the company. You're just a person like them trying to close out.
Yeah. But Yeah, girl, I never I never had that experience. Like,
Oh,
they
that's
do
good.
piss me off when it comes to the prices and stuff, but nobody's ever asked me to lie about nothing. Like, if there's a hole in something, there's a hole in something, and I'm gonna say right.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been pretty blessed in that area. So
So you said like lowballing on price.
mm,
Like, how do you set your price? How do you come up with what you think your time is worth? Because obviously we all have our own, like, we think we know what our time is worth. Like, is there like a, do you talk to other influencers? Is there like a model that you follow, like, to get per post? Or do you just kind of say, if it's a big company, fuck it, I might say $5,000, or if it's a smaller company, I might say $500 or something like that. Do you kind of base it on who you're working with, or have you got one flat sort of fee?
in the past, I used to kind of just make up numbers, whatever I wanted. I mean, I feel like depending on who you ask, everybody's gonna have a different answer. They'll say go to Social Blue Book and look up your rate. I don't really care about what that thing says because I feel like I'm worth more than that, you know. But I understand companies like to go off of your follower count, your engagement, all the, you know, logistics of everything. So for me, if I think it's a bigger company, like you said, I will be like, oh, I want this, you know, but then they'll try to talk you down and be like, well, you know, it's our first time working with you. Can you do this amount? And you kind of have to, you know, go down in price. What I heard to do was, you know, start at a higher price, and then, you know, as you negotiate, you can talk it down, they talk it down, and you can kind of get your rate that you really want. I do think that it's harder because my channel, it's big in my eyes, but to companies, it's not. So I kind of want to be fair, but then I want to really get my point. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard sometimes to figure out your price, I would say.
How
So,
many subscribers do you have?
oh, girl, I think I'm like at 58K.
Okay.
That's
I
big.
think
To 100? Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's about 58 now. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's really good. That is big. Is that not big to companies, Sean?
I mean, on YouTube, yeah, that's massive. It's funny because if someone says they have 58K on Instagram, don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, that's still big, but it's kind of like, okay. But 58K on YouTube is a big deal because those people haven't just liked your page, you know, like, and just like a couple of pictures. They're subscribing and wanting to be notified on everything you do.
Yeah.
So I would always take someone who is bigger on YouTube than Instagram. Instagram's fun and Instagram's good. It, you know, it is what it is. But if you can crack YouTube, yeah, that
Yeah,
in
but
my mind, that's the pinnacle of the whole thing.
the thing is with YouTube though, like, I feel like subscribers really don't matter. Like, I feel like your views, because I have 58K, but I'm only averaging like 3K a video. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, subscribers, they mean something because it's your reach. You could reach that many people, but like, how many are you actually reaching? And that's where the views come in, the watch time and things like that. So that's kind of like where the pay comes in. So if I'm, say for instance, I have a video that's like 3K, I get 3K views. That to me would translate to like $300, 100 every, you know, 1K. So that's kind of how I base it. You know, and it depends because you have to guess like how many people do you think might watch this video? Like, I know shapewear videos on my channel will blow up. I know, like, can I say brand names on here?
Yeah, yeah.
Fashion Nova, they're gonna blow up when I do a video. Shein, they're gonna blow up. So if I know it's kind of like that, I will charge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, even then, some companies don't want to pay. That's another thing. And you have to, as an influencer, decide if you want to do it for free or, you know, not, you know, whatever. But for me personally, like, there's a brand I just mentioned, I'm not gonna say which one. They don't like to pay influencers. So in my eyes, I'm like, okay, they're popular. I know I can get some traction, so I'm just gonna kind of use them, you know what I'm saying, to gain followers on my channel. But like, if I get to a certain number and I know, like, okay, I'm ready to take that leap and be like, okay, where's my money? Like, you've seen what I can do for your company. Let's talk some cash. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, as a smaller influencer, if you're just getting started, companies are going to be reaching out to you, do it for free. you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, just to kind of gain some traction on your channel. But it's up to you, you know, it's up to you. I can't say do it or not do it. It's up to the person. But for me personally, like when I first started, I wasn't getting paid. Like companies would just send me stuff and I was just happy to get stuff. But at some point you have to realize I'm worth more. You know what I'm saying? And like, this is what I'm bringing you guys. You have to start giving me something. So, yeah.
Do you find it's like possibly bigger brands want to pay you less than smaller brands do? Or like bigger brands just want to send you free goods because they think that because of your tagging, maybe Fashion Over, you're tagging that, they think, well, you're going to get the traction anyway, which is going to get you other deals, so we don't need to pay you. Do you think companies think like that?
No, I don't think they think like that. I just think that they want to pay who they want to pay. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they base it off of, because like I said, for me personally, I think I'm popping on my social medias, you know what I'm saying? But it may not be good enough for them. Maybe they just think I'm good enough for gifting, you know what I'm saying? But they may pay whoever else that got way more followers than me, because that person may, when they come to them and be like, hey, you want to work with me? They're probably like, I'm not doing it for free. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it depends on the influencer and what part of their journey they're in. Because for me personally, at this point, I'm still growing. So I don't mind doing certain things for free, but I can't do everything for free because I still have bills. You know what I'm saying? So some companies I will require, like, okay, I need some, give me my money, you know, but other companies that I know is popular, is going to get me the views, the followers, I will, you know, kind of be more, okay, I'll do it for free, you know, for a little while, and then I'll mention it down the line and things like that. So
I do have a question about, Sean, maybe you can give some insight on this too. You mentioned gifting.
Yeah.
I feel like here in the UK, when a company gives you something, you need to write it in your post or your video. So it doesn't feel as organic as like American companies. I don't really get that a lot. Do you get where they're like, write ad on the picture, write gifted on the picture?
I mean, I always write ad or gifted on my pictures. So I don't really, yeah, and I think it's required by Instagram now.
Yeah.
Like if you, whenever I put ad, you have to like tag the company, and like they have some new thing on Instagram now. I noticed, but if something was given to me, I usually tag the company, and I've usually put ad. I don't know, and sometimes I feel like that kind of, I want to say like I'm faking the funk, but like, you know, it kind of gives you more attention, I would say, like, oh, she getting paid by such and such, you know what I'm saying? So let me see who she, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of like gets people looking and interested, if that makes any sense. But I tag everything, you know what I'm saying? It's if I'm getting paid or not, you know. I don't put it on everything, but for the most part, yeah, I do. So.
Yeah, I mean, like it's Instagram rule now is it should be tagged as gifted or an ad, and then you get like a paid partnership. So it'll be like a thing that will come up in the top of the screen. It will say, "Are you in paid partnership?" Blah, blah, blah. That is technically enforced by Instagram.
I've only had one company ask me to do that.
This is the thing, like like some companies don't even know about it. So they're not asking you to do it. But the problem then is that if Instagram clamp down on you, it's your issue. It's not the company's issue, because you've accepted the gift. So it's all to do with taxes and stuff like that, and declaring, you know, free stuff and things like that. It all gets a bit muddy, and it's funny, like Victoria, you say that it helps people to like say like, oh shit, she's getting paid by so and so, she's working with so and so. I've had people say to me, oh, I don't want to tag it as a gift because I want it to look like I'm buying this stuff. And that to me, that's like pure fuckery, because it's like, well, the whole reason I'm working with you is because I'm promoting this through you. This is a partnership. You know, I think you're good enough to work with. You know, why you want to lie and say that you bought this shit and you're just putting it out there? That's the kind of the side of Instagram that I really don't like. Do you know what I mean? That's the kind of the side of it that I find a bit false and fake. I don't know if there's as much of that goes on in the fashion side of it, but certainly in the area that I have experience in, and especially in the UK, it's a big thing to say, And, oh no, I bought that myself, and then come to find out, no, you didn't.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you don't gotta lie. I mean, that's just silly.
Yeah.
You know, if you got it for free, you got it for free. Most of the stuff I have is free, and I got from a company. I don't, you know, I tell people that all the time.
If
Like,
I
I
was
don't
getting
have
stuff
to
for
lie
free, I'd
about
be
that.
like holding it up, going, someone gave this to me. Like they think that they want to give me shit for free. That's amazing. I'd be
Yeah.
shy about it.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
For real. I think that you've built like such a strong following because people really trust what you have to say, even if it says ad or gifted. How did you build your, it's like V Squad, right? Because I know when I watch your videos, it's V Squad. How did you build that? Because I feel like it's hard to build a community that always comments or always watches your videos and stuff like that.
Consistency.
yeah.
Being consistent, girl. Yes, I try to connect with my followers as best as I can, honestly. I answer comments back. I answer questions that they may have. You know, I really try to figure out what they want and kind of base what I'm doing off of what they want. But yeah, basically, I think the reason I came up with B Squad, actually, I think there's a story behind that. I was watching, I don't know if you guys know DMV Nation, and they had like a little cute name for their like subscribers and stuff. It was like the era of like the prank season stuff when people were doing pranks and stupid stuff. I was like, I want to, you know, come up with something for my subscribers, so I came up with B Squad. I didn't at the time think it through very much because I feel like B Squad is kind of like, I don't really like it no more like I used to in the past. I feel like it's really like masculine sounding or something. Like I wish I could come up with something like, you know, more cutesy, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll switch it up. I don't know, we'll see. But my subscribers, they know they're V Squad now, so it's kind of like pointless. But yeah, that's pretty much how I came up with that. Just wanting to build community, and I felt like having or giving them a name would help me build a community. That's what I think somebody had recommended as well when I was watching like a tip video and like how to grow your fan base on YouTube and stuff. So I was like, let me give them a name, you know, because they deserve it. You know, I have a core audience that's always here every time I upload a video. You know, I want them to know that they're important to me. So I want them to know that they're family. So I'm gonna give them a name, V Squad. And I always say, you know, welcome to the family. Every time there's like, hey, I'm a new subscriber, I just subscribed. So I always welcome them like they're family. You know, I try to make everybody feel like we're friends, if that makes any sense. And I really do care about my subscribers. Like, it's not just, you know, money to me. Like they're just not a coin to me. I really do care if they reach out to me. I have people that DM me about personal things. They DM me about, oh, you helped me, you know, like be more confident in myself. And then like that really like warms my heart and like brings tears to my eyes because they're young girls that just feel like they're not worth anything because of their size. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that I can be that for somebody, honestly. So yeah, so that's kind of like where that came from.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I really love that.
It kind of gets me teary-eyed because there's so many people that are just not confident, and you know, it makes me feel good that I could be, you know, a role model for them, you know, and that means more to me than anything. So definitely.
You have any questions, Sean? Because I'm about to go into the good stuff now.
I mean, let's go. Let's go with the good stuff.
The one thing I hate about being an online like influencer are the trolls.
Ooh.
I don't know why people like this exist, to be honest. I don't know why they feel they need to say things. They need to tell you things that you probably already know. Like, you don't have to say it out loud. Like, we're here. We know this.
Yeah, I am me. I know me. No.
If anyone does, yeah.
Have you experienced any trolls? And like, how do you handle it?
Girl. Okay, so recently it's gotten bad. I'm not gonna lie. I think the bigger you grow on social media, the more you're gonna have to deal with it. I used to be the person back in the day where I would just let things slide. I wouldn't say nothing. I would be like, maybe they're having a bad day, you know, all the excuses in the world. But now I'm kind of like clapping back just a little bit. I've been clapping back just a little bit because I'm human. I have feelings, you know what I'm saying? And people just, because I know for sure if we were in person, they would not say half the things they say online. And I don't know how to be an internet gangster. I'm the type like, what's up? Like, what we gonna do? Because I can't type online. This is not working for me, you know? But honestly though, like, I'm trying to get back to the space to where I'm not even responding. Because if you let these people that don't even know you from a can of paint control you like that, it's gonna be a downhill spiral. I'm telling you, like, and it'd be the stupidest things that they say. Like, they'll talk about my weight. They'll talk about, oh, you probably should lose some weight because you'll be more attractive. Da, 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 da. It's like, are you like, I wake up and I look at myself in the mirror every day. Like, I know that, you know, maybe I should, you know, lose some weight just to be at a healthier size. But for now, this is who I am. And I love who I am. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, you don't have to watch. Like the other day, I think it was a video I recently did. Somebody was like, oh my God, I'm puking at this video. Yeah, it was bad. I'm like, listen, I just said, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And that was it. You know, sometimes I don't even reply.
So nice.
Okay, but it took a lot in me because I wanted to test her. I wanted to test her out, but I didn't. Yeah, I just, for anybody, you know, just ignore them because they don't know you. They don't really know you. And I used to let these comments get to me. Like recently with everything going on in the world, I have been kind of sensitive, you know what I'm saying? So if anybody say anything to me, I was ready to cuss them out. Like I didn't went off on my Instagram at somebody for saying something about like how the Black Lives Matter stuff, how, oh, I wasn't posting on my Instagram about what was going on. It was a lot. I went off on her. I did a whole rant video, but then I took it down because I was just like, you know what? She don't know me. She don't know me. She don't know what I'm going through. So it is what it is. You know, just let those comments slide right off. They don't know you. And that's just it. They don't know you.
Do you find that obviously like you get the trolls, but being an attractive woman that has a YouTube channel, do you find you get guys posting creepy shit too? Do you get that?
Oh yeah. I think my page is mostly men. I'm not even gonna lie. I think I'm trying to work on the ratios here when it comes to men and women, but it's mostly guys. And I don't feel like I can control it at this point. It kind of is what it is. Like it's the way I look, it's my body. I don't feel like I do a lot of craziness on my channel, like as far as like being super naked, but
super naked.
I mean, I'm not like super naked like a lot of girls. They'll just come on with a shrink bikini and stuff. Like, I mean, I do get a little, you know what I'm saying, but it ain't crazy. Yeah, I mean, I can't really control it, but a guy say weird things all the time, and I just feel like thanks, or I don't even reply, or I may like it, and that's it, just because of the engagement. But you know,
ooh, that's smart.
Please give me an example of one of the weirdest things that a guy has said to you.
Well, I usually have men say, okay, there's this one guy, he used to comment all the time. I had to block him because it was getting a little nasty. He used to say that he wanted me to like have his babies. Like he used to like say some things, okay, on the video, in the comment section. Like he was like, oh, I busted a nut to this video, and yes, yes.
Why? I don't get it. Like, why would you tell someone that? Even if he has, right? Why has he got to tell you?
I don't know. But I'm just like, are you serious? Like, you know, I'm glad I could help you out, but it's just like, come on now. Like, I don't want to know all that. I really don't. So I had to block him because he would get real detailed, and I'm just like, I can't do this. Because if somebody comes to my channel and see that, they're gonna think I know this man or something. I don't know him, you know. And then his profile picture was creepy looking. It was like a really like scary looking man with his tongue out. Like, I don't know. It was just weird. Ooh. And I was just like, I cannot do this anymore. But you know, there are some guys that are really sweet. They'll come on and be like, you're so beautiful, you're smart, da, 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 da. And they'll leave these long ass comments. And I'm just like, oh, that's kind of sweet. Like I have one that's like always there every video, and he's just like leaves the sweetest comments. And I'm just like, that's so sweet. But yeah, it gets pretty nasty depending on what type of video it is. If it's like a bra video, oh, it's nasty. It's really nasty. So
what kind of videos on your channel get like the most traction? Is it like when you're super naked? Well, not super naked, but like
yeah, it's when I'm super naked actually. when I'm doing like the bra videos, I actually have a sticky bra video that got 2 million views.
I think that's how I saw your channel first.
Wait, a sticky bra.
Yes.
So you might have to explain a sticky bra. Is that like the thing that like years ago, Amber Rose was doing it, right? The one that kind of like sticks inside and you pull the string.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know. Yeah. The one that is just like Amber Rose, just like that one. Actually, the one I did in that video, I have a couple videos like that. They're different styles. I know it's kind of like, us girls, we have a lot of different styles of bras. But the one I had was like, it was a circle, and then it had like a little piece on top, and you just kind of pull it up. Yeah, they was like, why did you blur that part out? I'm like, because you don't need to see my nipple. Like, that's not what the video is about. So yeah, I get traction on those videos and shapewear videos and like big companies like Fashion Nova, Shein, and stuff like that. But the less clothes I have on, the more attention I get. I'm not gonna lie, and that's with Instagram too. And then with Instagram, I feel like in order to be popping, in order to be popping, you have to kind of be naked. I mean, I hate to say it,
I hate that,
but it kind of is what it is.
It's true, isn't it? I mean, it's wrong, but you can see why a lot of so we've talked before, we've had an episode about body positivity.
Yeah.
And it seems to me that Anne Meek said the same thing as well, that the further you go along the body positive route, the less clothes you wear.
Yeah.
And the bigger the accounts get, the less clothes that people have on. And it's kind of like, I mean, I get it, because you're trying to grow your thing and you're getting more confident in yourself. But,
yeah,
I mean, I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say everyone should, wear a robe at all times. But it does seem to be that there is a way on Instagram to get yourself seen.
And it's so annoying. Like, I feel like I was battling with myself for the longest time when it came to that, like, because I noticed it. I noticed when I had like a cute outfit on, I'll get love. But as soon as I put on some lingerie or something or a bikini, it's like, yes, girl, you doing that. And it's like, why does it have to be me being naked to get attention? So that I didn't crack the key for anybody that's wondering. If you want to grow on Instagram, just go in there with a bikini on and you'll be good. But at some point, like, I don't mind doing it. But at some point you have to be like, okay, like, what's next? You know what I'm saying? Like, be body positive and all that, but I don't have to be out, you know what I'm saying, all the time. Like, come on now. I just don't like that. I don't like it, for me personally. If I'm gonna be doing all that, I'm gonna be on a different platform. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna post anything, revealing or anything like that, but it's just not gonna be every picture, because I do have pictures on there on my Instagram that are, like Instagram baddie type situation, but I don't want every picture to be like that, and I don't want to be known for that, if that makes any sense. So
I think that's what ends up happening, isn't it? All the work that you've done to build your community and build your channel is lost just because you got your titties out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not how it should be. You should be able to show your work and show your commitment to the platform without having to do that.
Exactly. The videos with the bra and stuff, like, I wouldn't mind doing them for like my fan base that are women, but I do kind of regret doing them because it kind of blew up my channel, and now I have men on my channel expecting me to be naked. You know what I'm saying? So now I have to kind of like reroute my channel, and that is very frustrating. So yeah.
I was gonna say, I think we've talked about this before, just me and you, but do you think that some other influencers have it easier? Because there are girls that have huge followings.
Yeah.
How have they done it and they haven't had to get naked?
I don't know.
Because I wonder that. Like, I need to crack that code.
I don't know. I just think that some girls are able to do it. I don't know if it's personality. I don't know if it's style. I mean, it could be a number of different reasons. But I do feel like, just speaking with me as a plus size woman, I feel like we're just sexualized in general. So, there's some big women that just have great style, you know what I'm saying? Because I know some people, I've never even heard their voice, and they're like super popping on whatever, on like Instagram. And it's like, I don't even know what her voice sounds like, but her style is dope, so I'm gonna follow her. You know, it's like I still feel like I have a sense of connection with her or whatever. So it just depends. It depends on what you offer, I think. If it's good enough, I don't know. Honestly, it's hard because you never know what's gonna pop, you know?
True.
Yeah, I mean that's the ultimate key to crack, though, isn't it? Is like, how do you maintain complete integrity?
Yeah.
While blowing.
You don't.
And that's it. You can't, right? There has to be something, and whether it is you're just like the super cheesy account that's just like face to the camera stories all the time, like, hey guys, I'm doing this and the other. Or a lot of people that get popping, in all honesty, is because they've got money, you know, and they're showcasing, oh, look at the new whip, look at the vacation I'm on, look at this, look at that. And that's how they get big, because people aspire to that lifestyle. I think it's harder for someone that just lives like a normal life. Really pop.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, something that I find difficult about Instagram is it is so fake, a lot of it.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I do think, like you said, I don't know, like, to maintain that sense of self, honestly feel like you have to give it up just a little bit. And because fame is the devil. It's the devil, honestly.
Yeah.
Just like what I was talking about with Instagram, you got to get naked. Like, it's like, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like you have to almost sell your soul, you know, just a little bit. But I don't like to think of it like that, because I'm gonna be me regardless. I don't give a dang who comes around or what I get offered. But I do think you have to make that decision. And you can go against the grain and try to do something different, but it may take you a little longer.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I think you're right.
It sucks, but
I think so. What's interesting to me is that we've had an episode. I don't know if you listened to any other episodes, but we had one where we talked about the words and the phrase plus size, right?
Oh, yeah, I heard one.
And so what do you think about it? Because you identify as a plus size influencer.
I do.
What do you think of the term plus size? Do you like it, or do you think it's bullshit and you should just be an influencer that happens to wear a bigger size clothes than somebody else?
For me personally, I don't mind. I'm one of those people, like, things bother me, but not a lot of things bother me. Like, I don't mind being called plus size. Like, I don't like being called fat, though. I mean, because I already know I'm chubby, you know. But plus size doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. And that's just how I identify at the moment. You know what I'm saying? This is not like me forever, hopefully not. But it doesn't bother me at all. And honestly, it's helped me gain a following, because there's other women that are plus size. It's how we identify with each other, I would say. So that does help build community and, you know what I'm saying, come together. So it doesn't really bother me that much, you know.
I think you did say that in one of the episodes, Sean, how it does build a community and you feel like you have that group of people that you can really connect with. So I get that. That makes sense.
Yeah, I get it. I just think I don't like any form of segregation, and I feel like plus size is a term that's been given to us by big brands to segregate us as larger people and put us over there. You know, if you go into a store, I don't know if it's like it in the States, but if you go into a store over here, the plus size shit's way at the back. Do you know what I mean? So like it feels like something that they've done to get us out of the way. And that's what I don't like about it. But if it brings people community, I'm all for it. And I've seen, you know, just by looking at plus size and like body positivity, like activists on Instagram, there is this amazing community. I just wish that people would just see us as like, you're not a plus size, you're just, oh, you're Victoria that wears this size. That's it. And you can go into a store and you don't have to go to the back to buy your clothes. You look at the rack and it's 1 to 30 and it's all there. That's what I don't like, is that, you know, we get pushed off to the side. But community is a great thing, especially online, where things can get really dark really quickly. So positive communities online, I'm all for it. All for it.
And honestly, I don't know. I feel like this is a very sensitive topic, because like I said, for me personally, it doesn't bother me as much. I feel like we are different. You know, we're not a straight size person. You know what I'm saying? Because they even have a label, straight sizes. and there's every different body type. So I just think that the social norm in society, in the world, being thinner is just beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why they're in the forefront of things. And I'm not too mad about it, because if that's what everybody thinks, that's what everybody gonna think. I can't really rewrite the book. You know what I'm saying? It kind of is what it is, in my opinion. Now, if you body shame me or say something crazy to me, then I'll have a problem. I'm human, just like a skinny person. You know what I'm saying? We're all the same, but our bodies are different. We got a little bit more leaven, you know? So that's why we are, you know what I'm saying? We're plus size, we're thicker, and I think, give us our name, because we own this, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just kind of how I think about it. To say that I want to be plus size forever is a lie. That's not what I want to do. So when I do, lose the weight and transition over, that's fine with me too. I'm going to still have love for both. I don't really care. And I don't really see people by their body anyway. Yeah. It's not really how I operate. Yeah, it doesn't really bother me that often, but it is a little tricky, because it's like I said, the social norm, beauty is not plus size. Yeah. And I think that's where the fight is coming from.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that sums it up really well, actually. And that absolutely is the fight, is the fact that to be socially normal and socially acceptable, we have to be a size 4.
Yeah.
And that's and that's what I'm heavily against, and that's what I don't like. But yeah, I mean, the way you look at it is actually makes me think about what we spoke about.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's really made me kind of change how I feel, because I get that. I see it from a different point of view. Maybe I was being, I don't know. I get that. That makes sense.
Yeah, and it's okay to think how you want to think. I am all for everybody feeling how they want to feel. Like, I'm an Aries. Like, I'm a free-spirited person. I'm not judgmental. If you feel like that, you feel my opinion is wrong, I'm gonna be fine with that. For me personally, I don't feel it in my spirit to feel like that. And I remember, I think it was like some months ago or last year, Beyonce had came out with a collab with the company, and people were like, nah, she didn't have plus size. And I'm just like, y'all, like, chill. Like, if she don't want to cater to our size, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understood the frustration, but it was just like, it kind of is what it is. This is the world we live in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's very, it's just like that. And it's kind of, whatever.
I think
don't know.
it's difficult, isn't it, for someone like you mentioned that Beyonce came out with a collection and it's not catered for plus size. That's not Beyonce's fault. The fault of that is the company saying, no, we're doing a size 0 to a size 10, and that's what we're doing. But people we do as people take it on to attack the person who's endorsing it. So people did start to go at Beyonce and say, there's some bullshit, why didn't you say anything? And what can she do? If they don't make that size and they don't want to make that size, is she going to turn down 100 million to promote, to do a collaboration? Fuck no.
Clearly.
Yeah.
But seriously though, and then, if you feel like that as a plus size person, why don't you make some moves? You know what I'm saying? Instead of fighting these companies to make bigger sizes for you, why don't you see what you can do? You know what I'm saying? Maybe come out with a collab, or maybe get to the point where you can work with a bigger company and come out with plus size. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop always wanting to be the victim. Stop. I don't like that. Like, we're not victims. We are human just like the next person. Yes, we're plus size, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. We have our lane. We're going to stay in our lane. If you want to lose weight, that's fine too. Like, there was an influencer, Passion Jones, like, people were bashing her because she lost weight. And it's just like, I don't understand this. We're always fighting. Like, we need to stop. We need to stop fighting. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that. There is struggles. I'm not, discrediting that. But if we spend more time trying to, like, better the community, maybe we wouldn't be going through what we're going through. I don't know. Like, let's talk about body positivity, but let's also talk about being healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like, if you want a company to work with like plus size people, why don't you see if you can work with them as an influencer? Maybe sending an email. Like, let's try to make something happen instead of fighting everything. Like, I just think that we just like to play the victims, and I just don't like that. Honestly, I don't like it.
I do think that companies should already reach out, though. I think it should kind of be inclusive to everyone. I get what you're saying, that everybody doesn't make every size, and I know that. I think we've talked about that before, but why don't they? Especially bigger companies. I know they got the money. I know they got the coin. That's not the problem, is it?
Yeah, but like I said, I think the norm, it's America, it's beauty. The beauty industry, they like to focus on smaller people.
Yeah.
That shit was socially attractive. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's not the right way of thinking, but what we gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you could, like I said, that's where the fight comes in. I'm not one of those people like burn down everything, because it's not, you know what I'm saying? I want to make constructive moves, and I want to do it the right way and not be like so aggressive and angry about everything, because I feel like this body movement, this body positivity movement has turned into something I don't even know. Like, I don't know what it is anymore. You know, it's become so many different things that don't even make sense. So I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Honestly.
no, you're right, and you know, there is an element of, especially when me and Meek spoke about this before, there is an element of wanting to fight. But do you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe as someone is plus size, like, maybe we should just be approaching people and trying to actually make a change, rather than waiting for someone to do something that we know that they ain't gonna do. You know, but Gucci aren't about to start making 5XL shirts. It just ain't gonna happen. We know that. But why aren't we at least trying to talk to them as to why? Apart from just,
and that's how you do it. Yep, that is how you do it. You don't have to be angry. Like, people were making the videos about Beyonce. You don't gotta be angry. Like, let's just, why do you feel this way? Like you said, why? You know what I'm saying? Can we make a change? Can we not make a change? Or let's ask companies why they don't make sizes for us. That way we both have an understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's right at all. So please do not, get me misconstrued. But I think that I just don't like the anger involved in it, because I feel like we're not getting anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you think people get angry on these and make these videos because when you're angry online, that gets you as much clout as it does taking your clothes off? Do you know what I mean? We all love a rant video. We all watch the rant video. So do you think that these people aren't really pissed off about it, but they're just saying, well, fuck it. If I make a rant video, I'm about to get 1 million views.
Yeah. I think people just like to join in. People nowadays are just followers. They like to follow trends. They like to do what everybody else is doing. If everybody's talking about this one topic, then they want to talk about it. And it's like, nobody has that originality anymore. This generation is something different. I can definitely say that.
Yeah, that's so true. That, I mean, the art of being individual is lost.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, when you guys asked me about starting a YouTube channel, being an influencer, be yourself. Like, because I remember when I started, I was making like reaction videos to like Trisha Paytas and stuff, and it's like, oh, I wish I would have never done that, because like it had like views and stuff, but I wasn't passionate about it, and that wasn't really me. When you start doing something that you really don't like, and then you want to kind of veer off and do something that you really do like, it's really hard to make that transition. So
yeah, that's really good. I mean, and it's interesting. Like, it's nice to hear the other side of the coin.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? And it's a nice contrast to other stuff that we've talked about before. So one last thing, and then we wrap up. 3 tips for influencers who are trying to start out, and like things to. So 3 tips on how they can start out, and 1 thing to watch out for.
3 tips. Consistency. That's gonna be number 1 always. Do what you love. Do what you love. Be yourself while you're doing what you love, and know your worth at every point in your journey. Things to watch out for. Let me see. Things to watch out for. There could be a lot. I'm trying to think of one. I want to say companies. Don't let companies treat you any type of way, talk to you any type of way, because I've had situations like that where companies will kind of be disrespectful. And that's not even just companies, it's influencers, just watch your back and make sure you're good. Don't let people, you know, kind of just do whatever to you. Stand in your ground. Watch out for people that just want to, like, you know, mooch off of you, I would say. Because you're going to get a lot of that. You're going to get a lot of that.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, I guess I'll wrap this one up then. That was good.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on, Victoria. I've learned a lot today.
Yeah.
I had fun. Thank you.
Cool. If you guys want to be influencers, or if you are an influencer and you experience some trolling, can relate to any of the subjects that we talked about today, let us know. Let us know how you feel, what you think. And yeah, I guess until next time, guys.
And don't forget to follow Victoria, follow us. We'll link up everything.
Yeah, all her socials and everything will be in the description.
Bye, y'all.